Mr. President, good morning. It is July the 5th and 2021. I want to read for you here a letter that was issued by the Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. And Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you, in the dead of night, your country is being sold at a fire sale to international companies. This memorandum that deals with the PPP transportation, sorry, let me just pull this up a bit. Committee, it says privatization of the port of Port of Spain. Now, before I read this letter, the reason why they have to privatize the port is because we borrow so much money that we are unable to pay back. We borrow money to build Napa, Sapa, Tapa. We borrow money for all kind of projects, and now we're in a position where we are unable to pay back the Chinese government. And let me say this, they are going to give this, with all the process that they're trying to uphold, this is going to go to a Chinese company. So you're going to have another one of your assets being sold to a Chinese company. Hear what it says. In the 2020-21 budget presentation, the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago announced the government's plans to privatize the port under a public-private partnership arrangement. Further to the above, the Port Authority has been directed by the government to proceed with the arrangement to issue an expression of interest for the private partner for the Port of Spain via the landlord model for the four operational areas: cargo operations of the PPOS, which is the Port of Spain; cargo operations for the Port of Scarborough; regional cargo activities at CARICOM, whilst cruise shipping business in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, and I could go on to read because they have, based on the letter, it just says who they appoint. Now, let me tell you something. And Tobago, this is especially for you, because you see, we don't pay attention to these things. Nowhere on this board, nowhere on this letter, we know basically who the board in Tobago is and whether or not we are going to sell or privatize. Let me tell you something. Your assets in real estate are being sold out under your noses. And the reason why they are trying to privatize is because they are in debt and they cannot pay back their debt. So guess what? Before it moves in and say China moving in, they're going to say, okay, let me give it to a company. And I bet you there's going to be a Chinese company involved. Your country is being sold out at a fire sale. And in 60 years' time, when Trinidad and Tobagoans can't hold nothing because the Chinese taking everything, it's going to be your great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren who will now face problems in achieving generational wealth. Your government currently right now has mismanaged this country. We are 50 plus years, and instead of us being the great nation where we could be able to lend to countries, we are at a situation where we are borrowing. But your government living nice lifestyle, exorbitant lifestyle, tax reduction and bricks to your nenen. And on the dead of night, where nobody is recognizing the conversation, your port is now being transferred to a Chinese company. They can say whatever they want. We know it's a Chinese company that's going to get this contract. Now I want to ask for you all in Tobago as well, who is going to also bear the management? Because this letter speaks to cruise shipping business in Trinidad and Tobago. It talks about cargo operations in the Port of Scarborough. I thought basically that was a different business operation, and it was the Tobago House of Assembly that has the power over its own port. I'll not take away our way on, because when it done creep up to you, it's going to be too late to act. You all have a good morning. That's all I want to say.